it's like so strong, I felt unworthy. It's almost like this is for like the bodybuilders who are just getting broed out and everything.
Welcome to Price Plow.
What's going on, Price Plow Nation? This is Mike Roberto, founder of Price Plow, a tech and media company that covers the supplement industry's news, reviews, interviews. I get into diet research, and today we're going to get into a whole lot of nitric oxide. And here's the quite honest truth, totally honest, I am unworthy of this supplement. This is the most bombastic, loaded up, stimulant-free pump supplement of the year, and it is in 1 month in. So it is actually early in February 2019, and so we're here talking about
NovaPump
from InnovaPharm. As you can see, I got my collection behind me. There's going to be a couple more reviews to come, but what we have here is a stimulant-free blowout pre-workout supplement that you could even half scoop and get an epic pump on. And the truth is, I mean, look at me, I am not the most vasodilated, big bro swole dude on the planet, and I almost don't feel right even reviewing it because this product is so strong that I think we need someone even bigger to review it. But here's the deal, I'm gonna talk about the ingredients, I'm gonna talk about the supplements, we're gonna talk about the science behind it because we have 2 new ingredients, and I will tell you about my effects. This stuff is ridiculous. That's all I can say, and it's almost like we need someone who gets more pumpy to give us like the more dialed in version. But you know, I'm 37 years old. I'm not the biggest bro in the world. I'm not a big carber or anything like that either. And the truth is, when I took this and a full scoop, it felt like I had just thrown down 100 grams of carbohydrates and just got, for me at least, like swollen, like not swollen, like I don't know. I kind of like floated up a little bit, and this stuff is just ridiculous. So I have nothing but good things to say. We have 2 new ingredients to cover here. I don't know. I'm not worthy. This stuff is ridiculous. That's all I can say. So the story behind NovaPump is that InnovaPharm, I mean, you know, the shirt behind me kind of says it all. They have the most plain Jane InnovaPharm logo shirt, and they're like, you know what? Screw it. No hype, just results. And this is exactly what it is, because you know that people like me are going to get our hands on this. We post it on social media and everyone's like, holy crap. And then that's exactly what it is. Like, we're talking about no joke doses of just 4 different things, but 2 of these ingredients are new, and that's what it is. Like, if anyone's looking for something new out there, then you have it right here. It's early 2019. I'm already like kind of closing the deal on STIM-free pump pre-workouts because this stuff is just ridiculously bonkers. And so I have 3 flavors here. As you saw, I showed up the unflavored one first. I really think this is appreciated. I'm going to try this solo, but I like the unflavored products because a lot of times we are mixing this with some of our high energy or nootropic based kind of pre-workouts that just don't need a little bit of pump help, even if it's like a half a scoop here. And that's why it's nice to have unflavored, to have all these flavor systems mashing. And then we have unicorn candy. This is actually the flavor I've been waiting on. This review would come out a little bit earlier. And pink lemonade. They accidentally sent me 2 pink lemonades, and sorry, you can't have it because one of our writing staff members is gonna get it. Shout out to Mike. All right, so these products were sent for free. All this stuff was sent for free. InnovaPharm is currently sponsoring some contest giveaways on our website as well. They really want to get this stuff out there. We've already closed out 1 contest with this stuff, and I think we're gonna have a couple more things coming from them. And maybe eventually we'll even like get into this Genesis one. These guys are really into some like hotshot new science stuff, and that's why we like them a lot. It's been a while since we've written about them. We've talked about this Limitless pre-workout. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it or not. I might need to check, but it's got some special stuff in there. But anyway, we're talking about the STIM-free pump side of things. Let's get it going here. I'm gonna do, let's do some tastings first. We'll do a scoop way out. What we have here is kind of the new wave of like 20, 40 servings, depending on how you dose it, but it's not a 2 scooper. It is 20 servings if you do a full scoop being 16 grams. There's a lot for a STIM-free pre-workout. And then if you half scoop it, that's the first row on the ingredients, which will show up in the B-roll and everything, then you're gonna get 40 servings. I ended up, actually I was fine with, just for me, I was fine at half a scoop, but I did have to try a full scoop, and it was kind of absurd. And then the thing is, beyond the absurdity is the amount of time I stayed pumped. I was like, yeah, this is where I was getting to a little bit. Like, I'm like 37 years old. I've kind of like long given up on finding new veins and everything, unless I get like super duper duper shredded or anything like that. dude, I found new veins on this one. Like I actually had a couple veins popping out that I had not seen before, and it's been a long time since that's happened to me. This kind of stuff is happening here. So yeah, that was at the full scoop dose. But not only that, I was sore all damn day long, like almost painful. As some of you might be able to put better words on this, but it was to the point of nearly being annoying. And that's why if I was gonna like make a blanket recommendation, it'd probably be like a 3/4 scoop. But this stuff is strong. Like if you're looking for a huge pump, this could be it. I might even like say, like, if you're really into tinkering before a bodybuilding show, like this might be able to like get you a little bit of extra edge. But of course we have to talk about the whole water issue and all that, and that's stuff that I don't know about in terms of bodybuilding. I just know that this stuff was long and strong pumps, and it was just like relentless, and I was sore from it. And the training was also enhanced a little bit too. I felt a little bit stronger, and you're gonna get that a little bit when you have this much extra blood flow. So that's what these two new ingredients are gonna bring. All right, so yeah, we're doing the 3 supplements. The first flavor we're gonna do is pink lemonade, and so I'm gonna do, what they have is consume 1/2 to 1 scoop mixed with 10 to 16 ounces of water. So right around the 10 ounces of water, we're gonna do 3/2 scoops. We'll do a scoop way out is what we're gonna do back here. And then we're going to test out the 3 flavors, and then maybe have a little bit of fun with the unflavored one. So let's go over to the camera B and do a full scoop way out, and then I'm gonna dial them down back to 8 ounces with my 10 ounces of water, and we're gonna flavor them up. All right, I always forget to come back and do a little bit of smelling, and what you're gonna notice here is that this is on the more clumpier side of things, and the reason right here is a whopping 4 gram dose of GlycerPump. If you like the glycerol-based supplements, this one is going to be it for you. I haven't seen a dose this big. You can make your own. So yeah, we do have a little bit of a unique powdery texture, and so that's why we're gonna have to make sure we know how to pack it properly. All right, we're tearing out. This is a 29.6 cc scooper, and I'm looking for, in a full scoop, I'm looking for 16 grams. I don't know how hard to pack it though, so it's gonna be. All right, I should have packed it a little bit harder. I was going a little bit weak. Yeah, this is a pretty good scoop because you can see I actually missed that little spot there. Once I get that filled in, we're gonna be at 16 grams. So pack it on tight. Don't be bashful. A little bit too tight. Yeah, so moderately tight. Don't be too bashful. Then level off the top if you want a full scoop. But literally, you can get away with less than this for sure. All right, look at that. This stuff is interesting. Look at that. No color is going to be in this one. So we're going to do the, what is this flavor? Pink lemonade in the bomb, unicorn candy in the missile, and then unflavored in the bullet. So you saw the powder, pretty plain Jane looking, a little bit gritty looking, and that's going to be the word here. Now my take is this: if you get this supplement, you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting into. You're going for all out business here. And there's going to be some glycerol grit here. We'll definitely be doing some B-roll with this. Now that is a pretty good pink lemonade smell. Look at that. There is no artificial colors in here. We got an ingredient called Super Spinach. Now if you use enough water, which you should because there's a lot of glycerol in here, it's less gritty. If you go too low in the water, you're gonna get more grit. This is, I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, not the most attractive supplement. They don't wanna add any colors, and you know what, screw it, because we're just taking these crazy insane pumps and they deliver on that promise. Flavor-wise, I have a reasonable pink lemonade, not the best I've ever had. I'm not a pink lemonade fan, and a dash of grit. But the grit is definitely down compared to when I use a little bit little water. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's more on the tart end of things, and that's exactly what people who buy pink lemonade should expect, I would think. Just never been my jam. Now, the question is, what do you get from this label? Look at this guy here. Unicorn candy. Now, for saying naturally and artificially flavored, no colors or dyes. Now, for saying no hype, this guy looks pretty hyped. I don't know. Got a unicorn. Unicorns are all the rage these days. Same kind of deal with the coloring. For me, I get sour gummy worm flavor system and I get a good one. I enjoy this a little bit more. Being a non-pink lemonade person, I enjoy this a lot more, to be honest. This is a good flavor. The most comparable thing I have, though, are all these sour gummy worm flavors, where you have a little bit of tartness and then a whole bunch of just a smattering of fun, like, sweet flavors on top of it. But they're definitely for the people who like a little bit of sour. This one's making my mouth water a lot more too. So I would take that any day of the week. I'm pretty sure. So what happened here is this review is actually a little bit late in the game because they sold out of this stuff so quick. People saw this label, they're like, I don't care, I'm buying it. Sold out. Even the unflavored, totally sold out. So this is actually the second batch. And then we had to wait because I had to get that unicorn candy in, and I'm very happy we did because I think it is the better flavor, and I'm gonna tell you right now. So now it's time to have some fun. Let's do unflavored and see what we're really dealing with and how to flavor over it. And then what you could do is take a guess at which product behind me I'm gonna add to this. Same color, so you know that you're not getting any added colors from these flavor systems. I'm guessing it's gonna be kind of like bitter, tart. I haven't taken this all on solo. Well, that really is unflavored. I already have some tartness in my mouth from the other flavor systems. This is actually, so I was wondering if they were like covering that up or adding to it. It's almost like those are adding a little bit extra tartness to that, like I said, the candy flavor is more like a sour gummy worm. Honestly, I don't mind that at all. I could easily drink this and not think twice about it, but I also have no problem dealing with a lot of these supplement flavors. I'll be honest. I'm going to be 100% honest. Unicorn candy is number one. I'm going to go with unflavored. I'd rather almost drink the unflavored than the pink lemonade. No offense. I've never been a pink lemonade fan. There's like been one supplement, and I reviewed it recently, one supplement from pink lemonade that I have enjoyed. And other than that, you know, I could do without them. Now, why am I putting this back? Because now it's time to do the right thing and add in a supplement. Now, I'm wondering, what is this? This Adrenaline is actually a fat burning powder, which I always like. I haven't tried any of these. These are all unopened tubs. But look at this Sour Dazzle. What do we have here? It looks like those Spree candies. So let's give that a shot. Whoa, look at that blue. That is Razzle Dazzle. Sour Dazzle. Now this is a fat burning drink that might have some spice in there because we have Grains of Paradise. Might have to make a separate video on that. I've obviously not run any of them, so initial impressions plus the Glycerol and Friends here. Ooh. There's a touch of spice. That's Razzle Dazzle for sure. I'm gonna have to analyze this flavor a little bit more. Overall though, this is a pretty cool stack right here. Wow, okay, yeah, the NovaPump works with the spice for sure. Whew. I've had spice here, but yeah, that's definitely there. That's a fun drink. Anyway, so that's why you would use an unflavored. Let's say you know that you want to use XYZ pre-workout or XYZ fat burning drink, and then you want to add this to it. Just go with the unflavored, and the unflavored on its own is quite frankly fine. So what is the deal with this supplement and why is it so interesting to us? And like I said, 2 new ingredients. So let's go with the old ones first, knock them out of the way. In a full scoop, which you have 20 servings of in this whole container, 16 grams, half of that, 8 grams, is citrulline malate, which means about 4 grams of citrulline. That is going to get converted to L-arginine, which then helps you produce more nitric oxide and gives you a vasodilation effect. So you get those widened blood vessels and easier blood flow, more nutrient delivery, potentially more glucose and nutrient uptake at the cells, and you have overall better flow, lower blood pressure, that kind of stuff. And that's what we see with a lot of these like nitric oxide enhancers. So citrulline malate provides us about 4 grams of citrulline, and that means we're gonna have an over clinical dose, because the clinical dose is either 6 grams of citrulline malate or 3 grams of citrulline. So it's better to take citrulline than L-arginine, because L-arginine gets broken down by the arginase enzyme in your gut. L-citrulline kind of bypasses that whole thing, gets converted later on down the line to L-arginine, which then gets you even more nitric oxide. After that, 1/4 of our scoop is flat out GlycerPump. Now you're going to notice 2 of these ingredients right here, both of these I've shown that they both do spike my blood sugar levels a little bit in my ketone test. So this, for the few of you that are on keto diets and stuff that you care about every last ketone and not having blood sugar spikes, this might not be the supplement for you. But GlycerPump is a form of glycerol. But for everyone else who's here, which is most likely everyone watching, for everyone else here, GlycerPump is a form of glycerol that provides 65% glycerol by weight. Now, the reason that we like it a lot better is, first off, it tastes better, and second off, even though there is some clumping effect going on in here, it clumps way less than the competition. Now, what they're doing, this is by a company called Pinnacle Ingredients, and they are using like a spraying method to make it a little bit more fluffy, and it seems to be working because these products that have GlycerPump inside are lasting longer and not getting as absurd of a clump as some of the competitors. And if you remember the old school glycerol monosterate, which was only 25% glycerol by weight, man, you get these little balls up on the side of your walls, and it was like kind of annoying. It was like, and so anyway, what's the big story here though is that InnovaPharm was like, you know what, everyone's going 1 to 2 grams. They just like basically doubled the best dose out there. There might be a couple 3 gram doses out there, but there is, I don't think anyone I've seen do 4 grams of this stuff. So what happens with glycerol is that you get into a mode of hyperhydration where it helps your body retain more fluids, and it's used as an osmolyte to help with water transfer between cells, and you get a little bit more intracellular water buildup. Now that's great for endurance athletes who want to get as hydrated as possible. They've talked about like super saturation and everything, and they're going even like bigger doses than that for like some of those like freak endurance athletes. But in our case, we're doing it for a little bit of vanity. I don't even know if like you can attribute much even strength to this. Like with nitric oxide, it seems to be like there seems to be strength and power increases. With glycerol, I'm not sure if that's the case. This is more for the vanity side of things, but you got to drink it with a ton of water. And what's cool about this is this supplement also works better, and it tastes and like smooths out a little bit when you have more water too. So this ingredient is always for the people who like to get hydrated, but it's a high dose. You're gonna need even like more water than you think. And then during your workout, you should definitely keep the water flowing, and then that water is gonna get saturated in. Now there might be some other cool uses for this, but in general, it's endurance, and then that like water pump effect that we talk about. All right, so those are our 2 ingredients that we've known before. Well, I'm a moron because there's actually 5 ingredients in this supplement. So there's 5 ingredients. Ever said there's 4 ingredients? There's 5 ingredients in this supplement. There's 2 new ones, yes. But the third that we do know about is Agmatine. We have a full gram of Agmatine in the full scoop dose here. And then that works in a few different ways. It can be used as a nootropic a little bit, but it's mostly used as an arginase inhibitor. So we're talking about how arginase breaks down the L-arginine in your gut and everything. Well, that is what's used to kind of keep the arginine on the down low, but during certain times we don't want to do that. And Agmatine can down-tune or like down-regulate the behavior of that arginase, enabling you to play defense here. So we're kind of blocking the nitric oxide blocker in a way, and that's why we like it a lot. Now, typically it's the doses start at about 500 milligrams. When taking it solo, I like it 1.5 grams, but when we have it in conjunction with a whole bunch of other stuff, 500 milligrams and up is happy. They're not going to go with 500 milligrams in this product because they're kind of blowing everything up, and that's why you have a full gram of Agmatine. Now, the other 2 ingredients. We have Super Spinach. This is the new one, and it's actually derived from red spinach, Amaranthus tricolor leaf extract. So what's cool about red spinach extract is that we're competing with beet juice and beetroot, and in some of these studies, we're seeing against beet juice itself 50 times the nitric oxide enhancement than just beet juice. And what about beetroot extract, which is a little bit stronger? We're getting 4 times the amount of nitric oxide amplification than the beetroot extracts that they're at least testing against. And like we said, we never know what those beet juices are, or beetroots are really how strongly they're extracted, and that's always been an issue. So Super Spinach is going to be like a standardized form, and they're doing really awesome things here. It seems like this red spinach leaf has is a lot more potent, and a lot of these, like, you know, I don't know, the people talk about the superfoods and stuff, they always talk about the colorful ingredients, and so the red spinach is one of those that has a little bit more antioxidant potency than, I guess, regular green spinach leaves. And even when I'm like not eating a ton of vegetables, spinach is my number one veggie by far. Like I feel bad when I don't eat as much spinach, is what I'm noticing. As I've tinkered with like semi-carnivore dieting, like I call it carnivore adjacent. I like to keep my peppers and I like to keep my spinach. Anyway, Super Spinach is really cool. It's there's also, if you want to just try it out solo, there is a product called Super Spinach by New Vital Health. And they're the ones selling it solo. And they're actually, if you go to their website, they're marketing it towards like families and mothers and everything, because it's great for general cardiovascular system health. You have increased nitric oxide flow, which can do all these great things, such as lowering blood pressure and things like that. So it has a lot of good cardiovascular outcomes, and that's why we like it. And it seems to be stronger than beetroot. So at least the ones that have been tested so far. Now, the real fun, interesting product, and this is like the next level. Also, I forgot to say, the red spinach leaf extract, the studies showing nitric oxide levels were elevated for 24 hours. And I think this is why I was like almost annoyed by the product, is that I was sore-ish, pumped-ish, like, oh my God, is this gonna end kind of situation after an arm and shoulder kind of day, where I was just like, geez, this goes on forever. And that is actually what is happening, is the nitric oxide levels do remain elevated for 24 hours according to the red spinach leaf study. And then finally, the fifth ingredient, and the one that's completely new to the industry, is PegaPump. And this is an ingredient that's standardized for Peganum Harmala leaf extract. And we're talking about a minuscule little dose. You know how like in nootropics have huperzine A at like 150 micrograms? That's like the kind of dose we're talking about here, 250 micrograms of this stuff. And what they're doing is that this is a plant known as also as Syrian rue. So back in the traditional medicines, they use this for things such as increased blood flow, lower cardiovascular problems, lower blood pressure, all that kind of stuff. And so when you see those kinds of effects coming in the studies, where we're kind of catching up to some of the traditional stuff, doing real research on it and realizing, oh wow, you know, they were using this stuff for a reason. Well, then there's two industries that come a-calling, and they're kind of interrelated. One of them is the bros want to get pumped, and then the other one is the meal enhancement one, you know, and they kind of got the same kind of deal going on. So anyway, InnovaPharm found this and they are working with it, and I gotta say, I don't know, I've never tried it solo, but something's working in here. So between all these ingredients, this has to be playing a role. Now, there's three constituents that are found in the PegaPump. Well, I don't know what PegaPump is truly standardizing for, but I know that Peganum Harmala extract has harmine, harmaline, and harmalol. LOL at the end of there. And what this does is more about vasorelaxation. So you have less restricted blood flow, really. You have more of a less resistance in your whole blood flow circuitry, let's just call it. And what that allows you to do is, once again, have improved blood flow, improved pumps, improved manpower. And so it reduces blood pressure, and the whole periphery relaxes a little bit. On top of that, there I think is one more benefit, and the last benefit that's for the heart health people out there is that it improves the peak flow out of the aorta. So there's a lot of cool things going on with this, and packed in together with the Citrulline, the Agmatine, the Super Spinach, you have what is like just a beast of a blood flow supplement. The Glycerol does, the only negative really for me is that, first off, I'm not huge on the pink lemonade flavor, and that's fine, because I am realizing I just keep sipping and sipping and sipping. I'm really liking the unicorn candy, and the unflavored is just a good idea. I think most STIM-free products should do an unflavored if they have, you know, the budget to do so. But this product is just, once again, getting back to the beginning, it's like so strong, I felt unworthy. It's almost like this is for like the bodybuilders who are just getting broed out and everything, and you know, that's not me. But man, this stuff is fun to train with. Like if you have a nighttime workout and you just need to like add maybe a cup of tea or something, just if you want a little bit of caffeine, or just go fully STIM-free, you get this stuff in, and I can't imagine anyone not getting a pump on this. You don't have a pump on this, dude, you got to check your heart rate or something, because something's got to be wrong. This stuff is ridiculous. I like to use the word absurd. I had an absurd amount of pumps with this, and I'm not an absurd pump guy. So anyway, my name is Mike Roberto, founder of PricePlow. I really enjoy the unicorn candy flavor. I love what InnovaPharm is doing because they're not doing any hype. They don't need to do any hype with this. Throw in a few new ingredients, throw in big ass doses, and we will take care of the rest. Everyone who's trying this is loving it, and that's why they're selling out batches by batches, and I think they really just have an awesome formula here, and I think 2019 is over. If you're another company out there putting out a STIM-free product, this is the one that you're gonna have to beat this year. All right, subscribe to the channel, drop some comments below, like and all that, engage. Find us on social media, follow us on Instagram, yada, 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 yada. Thanks again for watching, and thanks to InnovaPharm for sending this stuff over and for your patience as we got the unicorn candy flavor going. That's the one to get. Unless you're mixing it and you know what you're mixing with, then I'd say this is the one to get. I'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching.
Welcome to PricePlow.